Hello, Vicky.
Hey, Vicky.
Hi, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Okay.
wherever you are.
Our next speaker is Vicky Lynn. So she's going to give us a talk about how I landed a job as a pen tester in 10 months. It's kind of like giving Nick Cage, Gone in 60 Seconds, a run for his money. So, Vicky, over to you.
Over to you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm very excited to give this talk because this topic is so personal to me. And I hope by sharing my experience in becoming a pen tester, this can be beneficial to you somehow. So if you don't have any prior cybersecurity experience and want to pivot to pen testing, this talk is really for you. I started with knowing some basic Linux command and a 2008 Network Plus certificate from CompTIA. I didn't have any prior work experience in cybersecurity, and so I decided to get a reputable certificate and get concrete accomplishments as my trophy to open the doors for me. I chose Oscp because it's a very hands-on certificate, and I want to learn the skills the way I will be using in the future. And Oscp is pretty much me trying to hack my way through in 5 machines, get enough points, and pass the exam. So typically, people recommend knowing Linux, networking, know how to read code, and basic scripting before start hacking. So even though I didn't know all of them, I decided to just start hacking and dive right in there. I use 2 platforms, TryHackMe and Hack the Box. These platforms have lab machines that's designed for people to practice hacking. And they're really great because they are gamified. It's interesting to hack there, and the more I play, the higher the ranking, the more points I get. And these are the things I plan to put on my CV. On average, I practice 4 to 6 hours every day, 6 days a week. About 3 months into my plan, I met my mentor Maria through Women in Cybersecurity. She is already a cybersecurity professional, and through talking with her, I learned a lot on how it is like working in the field. She knew some people were organizing cybersecurity conference and encouraged me to do a lightning talk. Around 3 months, I really didn't know much, but I remember an exercise I did using just a simple script to extract password from Firefox. And it was very interesting for me, so I decided to turn it into a talk. I submitted an abstract to the organizers. Then I got busy in preparing for my upcoming OSCP exam. Before the exam, I've studied around 7 months. I've gone through all the course materials and exercises and routed about 15 machines. On the exam day, I prepared a whole table of food and drinks to get me through the next 24 hours. The exam is 24 hours. The very first machine I tackled is a buffer overflow machine. This is a technique I've practiced many times. So my plan was to knock it out of the way as soon as possible and then move on. But I couldn't. 2 hours into the exam, I was still struggling on that freaking machine. So after 9 hours, I finally solved the machine, and it turns out to be the only machine I've solved. I failed the exam. On the other hand, I got some good news that my talk was accepted. So I prepared the best I could and did the talk. It was a wonderful experience. around 8 months at OSCP was taking way too long than I expected. So I decided to take whatever I have and just start applying for jobs. Probably because of my Taiwanese root, I always want to get the most bang out of my buck. My inner guru told me to not cheap out this time, and I'm glad I listened. I've asked 3 cybersecurity professionals to give me feedback on my CV, and they really helped me present my accomplishment the best I could on CV. And I also pay for premium membership on LinkedIn and Zing, just so that I can compare my profile to other candidates. And I can also know which companies or headhunters have been checking out my profile. And also just to show that I'm serious about finding a job. I have a spreadsheet that keeps track of the companies with the pentester roles that I have applied, and the day that I get their first response, the day of the first interview, second interview, etc. And every day I will apply for pentester roles, and I will add more companies as I apply and cross out companies as I get a rejection. About 1 out of 10 applications I send out, I would get a response back. I also network with headhunters. What's really nice about working with headhunters is they are typically knowledgeable about the current job market, and they are open to talk about salary expectations and the realistic expectations from the companies, and through which it really helped me position myself in the market. One day, I got an email. Hi, Vicky. Your CV looks very interesting, and we would like to have an interview with you. I went to the interview, and the rest was history. I'm 3 months into my new pen testing role, and it is really the job I have been looking for. I get to hack all day, I get to share my passion with people, and I get to do it anywhere I want. Some of you might be wondering, hey, so you got a job without having a certificate? No, I have a Network Plus certificate from 2008, even though it probably didn't help much because it was so old. Not having OSCP definitely cut out some of my chances. Through a headhunter, I know that some of his clients wouldn't even consider candidates who don't have OSCP or the equivalent certificates. I would probably get more chances if I'm certified. But now looking back, I would like to say in confidence that don't let not having certificates stop you from applying for jobs. If you have done enough studying and have something to show. And so to summarize a little bit how to land a job as a pen tester, first, have a plan. Whether it's more or less than 10 months, have something that works with your schedule. If you can spare 2 hours a day to study, then do that, and do that consistently. Once you've decided on your plan, stick to it from the beginning to the end. Second, collect trophies to open the door for you. We've talked about certificates. You can also use things like the number of boxes you've rooted, the global ranking, or the hacker, pro hacker status that you have on these online practicing platforms. If you play CTFs, it's the same thing. You can also talk about it on your CV. I've had an interviewer who go into detail about the CTFs I've played and the challenges I've solved. I have a talk under my belt. You don't have to know the organizers to do a talk. There are so many cybersecurity conferences happening globally every month, and many of them will be happy to give new speakers a chance. And look at BeerCon. And let me tell you a secret. You don't have to do the best talk of the world to put it on your CV. So definitely find something that fits you. You can, if you know how to code, that's brilliant. Do a coding project that has to do with pen testing. Even if you don't have any ideas now, as you study, ideas will come up. And when it does, you know what to do. You can also write a technical blog. A senior pen tester, Rana Khalil, publishes write-ups as she was preparing for her Oscp. And I asked her, how has this helped her in her career? And she wrote back to me. It definitely helped in many ways in my career. First, it got me noticed. I've received many messages from recruiters informing me that someone technical on their team read my write-ups and asked them to reach out to me for a position that opened up on their team. In one scenario, I've even had someone waive the technical interview because I've already showcased that I know what I'm talking about through my write-ups. Second, it advanced my knowledge in the subject matter. Since I had to explain to the general audience through video or blog, I had to really properly understand it. To do that, I spent countless hours reading and researching about every single thing that I include in my content. So it really solidified my knowledge. And lastly, you can also do a fun hacking project. And this is an area where you can really show your creativity and passion. Just do a quick Google, I found something called Arduino TV Annoyer. Pretty much, you make your own TV remote control, and you can go around and turn on people's TV and off, and to annoy them. So keep it light and fun. A little bit mischievous is totally okay, and definitely stay within the legal boundary. So third, get a mentor or a coach as early as possible. Do you know why world-class athletes have coaches? It's not because the athletes are not great. It's because a good coach can take a great athlete even further. Even this is a service that you have to pay now. Trust me, it will pay for itself once you land the job you wanted. So that concludes my journey and my tips. I would like to give a big thank you for my mentor Maria and everyone who has helped me in becoming a pen tester. Without them, it is really not possible. And I would like to give a big thank you for the beer farmers at BeerCon. And I hope to see you again.
You're very welcome. First of all, congratulations. It's a fantastic story, a journey. And you achieved your objective. You got to where you wanted to be through having a passion for the subject and perseverance. So well done. And I think you'll go on and flourish even further. So it's a wonderful story.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, Vicky, thanks for coming on BeerCon3. Thanks for being part of it. And thanks for sharing your story.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing.
I wish you all the best.
You too.
Thank you.